This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to Dr. Awadhesh Pandey ji. Namaskar. And
नमस्कार सर।
who has scripted the so-called diabetes and hypertension cures, or you say knowledge without any medical intervention. ये हमारी अतिथि है आज डॉक्टर अवधेश पांडे जी, जिन्होंने हमें डायबिटीज जैसे महामारी और हाइपरटेंशन बीपी जो कहलाता है ब्लड प्रेशर, इन दो मुख्य बाधाएं जो पीड़ित रोगियों में हैं, उनको किस तरह उन्होंने खुलासा किया कि हम कोई बिना इलाज के, अगर हम समझे ये डायबिटीज शक्कर की बीमारी क्या है, ये बीपी ये बीमारी क्या है, उसका फलस्वरूप कोई दवाई जरूरत नहीं है, आप घर बैठे बैठे अपने आप को इलाज कर सकते हो. సో మీకు క్లియర్ గా డాక్టర్ అవధేష్ పాండే గారు ఇంతకుముందు బీపీ గాని షుగర్ గాని దాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకుంటే ఇంటి దగ్గర కూర్చొని మీరే ఎటువంటి మందులు వాడకుండా దాని నుంచి బయటికి వచ్చే శాస్త్రీయమైనటువంటి పరిజ్ఞానాన్ని అందించిన వారు ఈ రోజు మళ్ళీ పెద్ద ఎత్తున క్యాన్సర్ 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 has become the scourge of the society, looting everyone. Once you are diagnosed as cancer, you start getting worried. That is how the loot starts. Why are you worried? Lack of information. And even if you have information, you look here and there, they try to entice you, they feed you, and they say, see, my kith and kin, so and so friend, they have died because of cancer, they are suffering because of cancer, they have sold everything out. This type of fear, as we have witnessed in COVID-19, when you are doing this show, two leading epidemiologists, when they came and exposed Dr. Tedros World Health Organization, all governments across the globe with legal evidences, these fellows come with a strike, YouTube and Google. These fellows have no legal entity in Hyderabad, in India for that matter, in every country except US. But these fellows are trying to impose. So that is the reason why this show is more important, so that it can save precious lives into submission without understanding, so that the people, the elite people, whether it is pharma, insurance, or hospitals industry, they are very happy, but you are unhappy. This should not happen. In medicine, when we say we are treating diseases, we say do no harm, the first oath of a doctor, so that the patient recovers and he becomes happy. But because of cancer, hospitals are happy, diagnostic centers are happy, pharmacy is happy, insurance sector is happy, hospitals, everyone, they are also happy. Who is unhappy? The patients. Can this be there? Can you call this as a cure? Or when it comes to prevention, now they started to say we have invented something which will come and it will try to prevent. We have seen what happened with COVID-19 vaccination. तो इसीलिए आपको ये डर से बाहर लाने की कोशिश, जब रोगी होता है, जैसा ही डॉक्टर के चिकित्सा के बाद में रोगी जो है संतुष्ट होना और साथ में खुश नजर आना, लेकिन इलाज के बाद हॉस्पिटल्स खुश है, फार्मेसी खुश है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज खुश है, केवल रोगी पूरा अपना जो भी बचा हुआ बेच के घर जाएगा तो पूरा लुट जाएगा, या नहीं तो हॉस्पिटल में है तो कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन से वो मर जाएगा. क्या इस तरह की चिकित्सा इस मॉडर्न इंडिया और मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड में सही है? In this modern world, when the revolution is taking place, is this type of treatment wherein people have to sell their lands either to survive, even if they're surviving, horrible state of affairs, and when they invest so much their fortune, leaving nothing to their kith and kin, next generations. What if they succumb, if they die? Why this is happening? In spite of the revolution, did we miss some basic points? Maybe. I'll just show Dr. Avdesh Pandeyji's small introductory video before we get into this, with the permission of our guest.
Yes, sir, sure.
He has been doing such a great job. Wonderful man to host again. And I feel elated to host him again.
Dr. Awadhesh Pandey, postgraduate in nuclear medicine, MBBS, DRM, PhD in yoga and naturopathy, currently pursuing PhD in pineal gland. Also awarded as Young Scientist in 2004 and 2012. With 25 years of vast experience in radiology and nuclear imaging, he is successfully running 11 centers of nuclear medicine across North India. After dealing with patients for so many years, realized that patients are not getting cured. So took it as a responsibility to cure patients and jumped into holistic approach to heal patients. Being in diagnostics, it's very easy to produce a scientific image of how the patient was and how the patient is using any or many modalities. So, an integrated approach to patient cure is being developed by him. Dr. Awadhesh Pandey, who is also co-founder of Hospital and Institute of Integrated Medical Sciences, Delabasi, and founder of the Third Eye Hospital, Dehradun, cured more than 1,000 patients with this integrated approach and with this vision.
Let me bring it back. There was a discontinuity in between. Let me just, if I can get hold of it, let me play it again.
Dr. Awadhesh Pandey, postgraduate in nuclear medicine, MBBS, DRM, PhD in yoga and naturopathy, currently pursuing PhD in pineal gland. Also awarded as Young Scientist in 2004 and 2012. With 25 years of vast experience in radiology and nuclear imaging, he is successfully running 11 centers of nuclear medicine across North India. After dealing with patients for so many years, realized that patients are not getting cured. So took it as a responsibility to cure patients and jumped into holistic approach to heal patients. Being in diagnostics, it's very easy to produce a scientific image of how the patient was and how the patient is using any or many modalities. So, an integrated approach to patient cure is being developed by him. Dr. Awadhesh Pandey, who is also co-founder of Hospital and Institute of Integrated Medical Sciences, Delabasi, and founder of the Third Eye Hospital, Dehradun, cured more than 1,000 patients with this integrated approach and with this vision.
Wonderful, really, to host such a personality. Yes, Ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling me to your show, sir. Your show is doing great all over the world, especially South India and many places in North India. People are very fond of this show. So thank you very much for calling me to your show, sir. We start straight away with cancer. Since we have discussed diabetes and blood pressure, let me tell you, let me give a reference of how diabetes and blood pressure are related to cancer. Whenever these are the highways, diabetes and blood pressure are the highways on which all diseases travel to get affected. Unless you break that highway, you will get a disease. Suppose if you have diabetes, you have to be lucky not to die of a heart attack because you will definitely get cancer. So that is the magnanimity of the disease. And I personally have not seen a more dangerous disease than diabetes, which people think is a very simple disease. Nonetheless, they don't realize that everything is a sequela of diabetes. Had it not been diabetes, you would not have got a heart disease, you would not have got obesity, you would not have got cancer. So this we can prove scientifically in some other show or some other channel, or when we do it, we'll leave a link below so that you can go and understand where we are. The idea of me and Dr. Tangavela is to educate the masses. You be your own doctor. 95 to 96% of all your issues are going to get cured at home by who? By the person you are looking in the mirror, you yourself. We are guides, and this is what is required at this point in time. Otherwise, the moment you step out, you are losing health, wealth, and mental peace. And the definition of health, according to WHO, is to be in the best of health, wealth, and mental peace. So you're losing all. So the idea is to make you your own doctor. Be your own doctor, and these are very simple things. Health is very simple. We have complicated it much more than what, we are not able to recognize it anymore because we have complicated it so much. So coming back to cancer, yes, sir. Can I have my first slide, please?
Yes, sir. I'm just opening.
I am taking the help of slides to structure the talk so that, if people are listening to it and they get a structured view of what we are talking about. Next slide, sir. That is the introductory slide. Thank you. Yes, sir. So, a comprehensive approach to cancer. In Hindi, it's called Kark disease, Kark Rog, and in English, it's called cancer. In French, it is carcinoma. So, we are talking about the same thing. I have divided it. We have to have that vision. The magnanimity. The problem with the world is, if suppose you get cancer, everything in your life stops. Everything stops. All your career goals, everything stops. The buck stops there. Yes, you stop there. Everything stops. The whole family stops. Many people in the family who have been thinking of doing many things stop. So, which is why I tell all your patients or whoever is listening to us is, if you love your family members and if you love your friends, the least that you can do is to take care of yourself. If you are taking care of yourself, you are saving them from, coming back to you again and again and having a mind that is, sympathetic towards you. Let them use their mind in getting across whatever they are doing in their career. So how can you do that? Take care of yourself. So our goal of making these series is, be your own doctor and take care of yourself so that the world is a better place to live in. You should have your money in your pocket rather than giving it here and there and not getting cured too. So, so there is why. Now, if suppose somebody has cancer, the challenge all over the world in all healing modalities today is how to stop the cancer. We are trying head over heels. Everybody, all specialties, they are trying their best, but cancer is not stopping. Cancer is not stopping there. To stop a cancer is a miracle. Suppose if cancer stops there, it's a miracle. Miracle has happened. If cancer takes a U-turn from there, it's a miracle in a miracle in a miracle. If it takes a U-turn and gets out of the body completely, it is something that is beyond imagination. And this is what we are up to. We are stopping cancers. We are trying to make the cancer take a U-turn. And in many cases, 17 as of today, as we speak, the patient is cancer-free. There is no cancer. So what do? We we have a sight and a vision. Sight is to look at the patient, and vision is to see the cancer in three domains. In English, when we say, we will call it the physical domain and the metaphysical domain. And when we say Hindi or Sanskrit, we call it Daihik, Daivik, Adhyatmik. unless we have the vision of looking at the disease in all three domains, we will not be able to hold cancer wherever it is. Why I am saying that? I'll just tell you. Suppose if me and Dr. Tangavila Reddy are friends and we gel with each other well, but at the same time I'm very jealous of his name and fame and things like that. I don't want that he should progress anymore, and I should progress instead. So there is a feeling in my mind, which means my manomaya kosh is getting activated, and these feelings are getting accumulated there. This will definitely give a physical the if it is accumulated in the manomaya kosh, it will definitely give an indication in the physical domain. This is called disease. So unless we understand how the life has been, we will not be able to cure it. That is why in all scientific fields, since the metaphysical is not recognized as science, which is why we are not able to cure cancer. It's as simple as that. Now, talking a little bit about the metaphysical is, there are 5 koshas in the body. 5 kosh hain. कौन से? What you can see, the physical body is the annamaya kosh. Then there is a pranamaya kosh. Then there is a manomaya kosh. Then there is a vijnanamaya kosh. And then there is an anandamaya kosh. So I'll explain one-liners for each. Pranamaya, annamaya kosh is the physical body. Pranamaya kosh is the life force that is running the physical body. And what is the life force? Pran. Pran is not equivalent to breathing, please. Many people feel pranayam is breathing exercises. No. Pranayam is pran ka vyayam throughout the body. You are making pran go throughout each and every cell. So that is pranayam. So that is the manifestation of pranayam. Yes, breathing kick starts pranayam. That is how life also starts. Breathing kick starts life and kick starts pranayam. Anyway, so then we go to the Vijnan, Annamaya Kosh, Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh. Manomaya Kosh is whatever you have accumulated from the 5 senses and what is your perception of the world, how good you feel about others and the rest of the species. इसमें भारतीय पद्धति पे आना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अगर हर कुछ कंज्यूमरिज्म के एंगल से देखा तो आप हर कुछ को हासिल करने की स्थिति में रहोगे. इसीलिए मनोमय कोश आपका इंटरप्टेड है. अगर आप देने की स्थिति में रहोगे, नहीं कोई बात नहीं, उनको भी सर्वाइव करना चाहिए, मुझे भी सर्वाइव करना चाहिए, कोई बात नहीं. लेट अस so it's a cooperative world rather than a competitive world. We are not in competition with nature. We are not in competition. We are in cooperation with nature. Unless we understand the difference between cooperation and competition, we will not be able to. So in one word, competition is human, cooperation is divine. So unless you cooperate, you will not be able to understand, and your manomaya kosh will get diseased. Then we go to Vijnanamaya kosh. Vijnan is not science, please. There is no word in Sanskrit that I know that can ever be translated into any other language of the world. Vijnan is not science. Vijnan is Vishesh Gyan. And where do you get this Vishesh Gyan? You take Gyan from the 5 senses. The sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch, the sense of smell, and the sense of taste. These are the 5 senses which give you Gyan of the world. इस ज्ञान का मंथन आपके शरीर में और आपके जितना भी आप जानते हैं उसका मंथन जब होता है, you come to a conclusion how things work. That is your विशेष ज्ञान, and that is the Vijnanamaya Kosh. Then we come to the Anandamaya Kosh, wherein Anand is supreme happiness. भारत में हम क्या करते हैं, किसी का पैर छूते हैं या नमस्ते करते हैं तो आशीर्वाद क्या मिलता है? खुश रहो. That is the happiness, that is the Anandamaya Kosh that we are trying to touch. Unless we understand these things, unless we understand who we are, what Bharat is, what Bhartiyata is, we will not be able to understand cancer at all. Which is why we feel हम विश्व विजेता नहीं बनना चाहते, हम विश्व गुरु बनना चाहते हैं, ताकि हम ये ज्ञान लोगों को बांट सके. हम पहले भी बांटा करते थे. आदिकाल से लेके, वेद से लेके आज तक भारतीयों को ज्ञानी के तौर पे जाना जाता है. That is what we are trying to say in all this. Thank you, sir. Next slide, please.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So, one thing that I want to make clear, sir, just the previous slide of this, just the previous one.
Yes.
All right, so wait. So,
Yeah.
this whole body is made of 100 trillion cells. You'll be surprised that out of 100 trillion cells, 90 trillion are bacteria, virus, protozoa, yeast, mucor, and only 10 trillion human cells. If that is news to you, I'll repeat it once again. You are 100 trillion cells, 90 trillion is microbes, and 10 trillion is human cells. So you are a bacterial, viral, protozoal colony, and you are taking antibiotics. Antibiotic is anti-life. Biotic is life. Antibiotic is anti-life. You are destroying the bacteria that have made you, and still you feel you will get healthy. The definition itself says it is antibiotic. So let us go for prebiotic and probiotic to actually enhance or undermine certain bacteria which are pathogenic. So there are only two ways how you can get sick. Either the pathogen comes from outside or the inside cell becomes pathogenic. In the pandemic, the recent pandemic, the pathogen came from outside. In cancer, the inside cell becomes pathogenic. It becomes a terrorist cell. It does not behave the way body wants it to behave. It becomes a terrorist cell. Now, in modern medicine, what are we doing? We are doing surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy. Have you ever appreciated that all this is kill phenomenon? Surgery is what? Kaat ke nikal do. Radiotherapy is what? Jala do. Chemotherapy is what? Poison it. We are on the kill phenomenon as far as
सर आपका ऑडियो ये हो रहा सर. सर्जरी करनी थी.
आवाज आ रही है?
अब आ रही है.
हाँ. Surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy. We are on the kill phenomenon as far as terrorist is concerned. We are on the kill phenomenon. So, cancer is terrorist. It does not obey body orders. Body tells it to stop. It does not stop. It does whatever it wants to. So we call it a terrorist cell. And in modern medicine, where are we? We are doing surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy. All this is, have you ever realized, all this is the kill phenomenon. Surgery is what? Kaat ke nikal do. Radiotherapy is what? Jala do. Chemotherapy is what? Poison it. So we are on the kill phenomenon. Tell me something, Reddy Saab.
Yeah.
टेररिस्ट को मार के टेररिज्म आपने खत्म कर दिया क्या? आई वांट टू आस्क यू, unless you hit on the philosophy of terrorism, you will never be able to cure the society of terrorists, because आप एक टेररिस्ट मारोगे 10 और पैदा होंगे. This is what is happening with cancer. Unless we take this a metaphor and realize that both are very similar, and our approach needs to be changed if we are looking for a cure. Our whole approach needs to be changed, which is why we need to understand where the disease is coming from. Unless we understand that, we will not be able to cure cancer. Can I have my next slide, sir? So, you see, these are developed countries, isn't it? You see, Australia, you see Canada, you see America, you see all these countries. You know why I put it in that order? These might be developed countries, but these are the countries in the sequence mentioned that suffer from cancer. So can we say that development and cancer is going hand in hand? Do we call it development or de-development? We need to actually come to a conclusion where we are. What is development? What are the parameters of development that you think they are, and are they really these parameters? This is a question which I need to ask our rulers and the society as such. What do you call development? These are developed countries, and these are the countries having highest number of cancers. Their people are dying of cancer. So we need to understand, and we need to come to a common conclusion where we are as far as cancer is concerned. Next slide, sir. So what is cancer? Cancer is a mitotic pathology. Mitosis is one cell multiplying into two. It's called mitosis. When this multiplication becomes pathological, which means one cell multiplies into two unequal cells, and these two multiply into two more unequal cells, and then two more unequal cells, this organ gets cancer. Normally, it is recognized by the immune system and killed there. But when the fight between the immune system and the production of these cells, the production of cells wins and immune system loses, cancer results. This is the basis of cancer. It is a mitotic pathology. Mitosis is physiology. When mitosis goes pathological, it is a mitotic pathology. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you look at the history of cancer, the war on cancer started with Nixon. When he declared war on cancer, he said specifically while he was president of the US that now Second World War is over, now the war is on cancer. Where have we reached up till now? पहले सुनते थे कि किसी किसी को कैंसर होता है, उसके बाद दूर दराज के रिलेटिव्स को होने लगा, अब तो ये फैमिली में हमें घुस गया है. As recent as the recent epidemiological survey of 2022 March, cancer has overtaken heart disease as the major killer in the world. So heart disease is no more the number one, cancer is number one killer. So we need to talk about it. Unless we talk about it, we will not be able to find a cure. Next slide, sir. Yes, so the three-pronged approach we have already discussed as far as modern medicine is concerned. We need to go beyond this to look at the philosophy of cancer and how we can kill cancer in its bud, in the philosophical and the philosophy of the disease. Next slide, sir. Yes, cancer, ultimately the latest in science is cancer is a result of genetic mutation. Yes, we agree. We agree to that because whatever science says, and if it is provable, you need to agree on it. So we agree to that. Now, you know that, you have done that. How do you get out of it? Do you have a disease? Do you have a drug? Do you have a surgery to mend the genetic mutation? Because these genetic mutations are causing furor in families. Angelina Jolie, I remember, she got her breast cut because she had the genes what her mother had, and her mother had cancer breast. So she had the same genes. So as a preventive measure, she got her breasts taken out. Is that the way how we want to progress? My question to the doctor community and the society, is that the way? So if there is a genetic disease, today we are not talking about genetic diseases at all. We are talking about epigenetics. What is epigenetics? I'll explain. If you take a seed, if it's a gene mutation or a genetic disease, that means it has a potential to grow into a full-fledged disease, isn't it? That is what it is. It is like a seed. A seed has a blueprint to grow into a tree. There is nothing required inside the seed. So what is important for that seed? The external soil. If you throw the seed in a desert, it will wither off. If you throw the seed in a fertile soil, it will grow into a tree. So genetic mutation might be there. Why don't you change the external environment so that this gene, even if it is there, will not get affected? I just explained epigenetics to you. This is epigenetics, and this is the latest science that we are talking about. So we at Hospital and Institute of Integrated Medicine, wherever I am, we pursue science. We don't. Yes, whatever is good in all specialties, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, modern medicine, we integrate that and come to a conclusion of how to cure a patient. We even integrate Siddha, acupressure, acupuncture, and Japanese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, we are integrating all. So this is how we come to a conclusion where we are as far as cancer is concerned. Can I go to the next slide, please? Next slide, sir.
Yeah, it's on your screen.
Yes. So
आपकी आवाज थोड़ा डॉक्टर साहब आपकी आवाज थोड़ा डिस्कनेक्ट हो रही है.
अभी
Not clear.
अभी
Still disturbance, Dr. Saab. It's an important stage. We are losing Dr. Awadhesh Pandey. Don't go away. He'll be back. He shall be back. And such an important session on DRTSPR channels. This may change the thinking of millions, not just in India, not just in Telangana state or Punjab, but all over the world. People would start thinking once they understand what this cancer is all about and how you can become your own doctor so that you can prevent it at the very basic level. So we got back Dr. Awadhesh Pandey again.
yes.
Important session.
So immuno. Am I audible, sir?
You're audible except for your video. Fine, go ahead, sir.
Okay, the video is not there. I will just try and put the video on, sir.
You just switch on your camera.
Is it okay, sir?
Wonderful.
Yes.
Please go.
Yes. Switched on, sir. Yes. So the latest is immunotherapy. Thank God, the scientific world realized that immune system has all the parameters to kill cancer. What we need to do is we just need to boost the immune system. मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, रेड्डी साहब, my question to you. आपकी पूजा पद्धति कुछ भी हो सकती है. सबसे टॉलरेंट देश भारत है. आप कोई भी पूजा पद्धति यहाँ पे परसू कर सकते हैं. किसी भी पूजा पद्धति में जो परमेश्वर है, जो परम ईश्वर है, चाहे वो अल्लाह हो, चाहे वो गॉड हो, चाहे वो ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश हो, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, उटा हो, क्या ये आपके पूजा स्थल में मिलते हैं? क्या आपको भगवान मंदिर में दिखे कभी? क्या आपको अल्लाह मस्जिद में दिखे? क्या आपको वाहिगुरु गुरुद्वारे में दिखते हैं? क्या आपको गॉड चर्च में मिलते हैं? These are questions that we need to answer. ये सभी लोग आपके अंदर बैठे, आप बाहर कहां ढूंढ रहे हो उनको? इंसान का यही भूल और यही भ्रम उसको दुनिया में घुमाता रहता है. जो आपके अंदर बैठे हैं, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश, क्योंकि मेरी पूजा पद्धति सनातन है, तो मैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश की बात करूंगा. ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश आपके अंदर बैठे हैं, आपने कभी रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया. उनका नाम है इम्यून सिस्टम. दिस इज द प्रोटेक्टर. यही प्रोटेक्टर है हर चीज से. इम्यून सिस्टम को आपने ठीक कर लिया,
डॉक्टर साहब आपकी आवाज नहीं बन रही है सही तरीके से, आपकी आवाज आवाज में थोड़ी छूट है, अब बात करिए, क्योंकि ये बहुत वाइटल है। इम्यून सिस्टम की बात कर रहे थे आप, सहज रोग निरोधक शक्ति की बात कर रहे थे आप। अभी नहीं आया सर, ऑडियो बराबर नहीं है सर, ऑडियो बराबर नहीं है सर। काफी एक इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेज में हम आ चुके हैं आज की कैंसर थेरेपी के लिए। डोंट गो अवे, ही विल बी बैक, सच एन इंपॉर्टेंट फेज, trying to understand, make us to understand your immune system is your own god. Yes sir, please. Audio not audible sir, break of audio. It's an interesting stage, I only hope we will be able to.
Yeah, am I
Yeah
audible
please.
now?
Yes sir, please.
So immune system is the god sitting inside you. आपके ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश आपके अंदर बैठे हैं. I'll show it to you how. When the child comes out of the mother's passage, the black thing that is on the face, that is the microbe that starts life. Brahma, life has started. These are the microbes that maintain you throughout your life, Vishnu. And when a person dies, these are the microbes जो उसको पंच तत्व में विलीन कर देते हैं. महेश, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश मंदिरों में नहीं है, आपके अंदर बैठे हैं. आप कहां ढूंढ रहे हो उनको बाहर? That is what is the immune system for you, sir. I just explained, और मैंने अध्यात्म को साइंस से मिलाया अभी आपके सामने. So this is where we are as far as immune system is concerned, and if immune system wants, no disease can remain in the body. इसीलिए हम God कहते हैं इनको. So immune system has got all the power. What we need to do, the scientific world, is to give more power to the immune system, and that is what we are exactly doing as far as Hospital and Institute of Integrated Medical Sciences are concerned. We are integrating everything to give more power to the immune system to fight a disease. Next slide, sir.
Wonderful.
So, the way forward, we just mentioned, the way forward is empower your immune system. And let me tell you, Reddy sir, people think that immune system runs with T and B cells. The recent pandemic, if you have not learnt your lessons from the recent pandemic, you will never learn it, because many times life does not give you a second chance. So the chance was, in the recent pandemic, you show me one patient that died of the virus. None. Everybody died of the berserk immune system. Their immune system went haywire, and immune system killed the patient, not the virus, please. Yes, virus could have been instrumental in making the immune system go haywire. But again, could have been. There could be many other things which we don't want to talk about. Now, the immune system killed the patient. Can immune system save the patient? That will be the way forward, and that is what we are exactly doing. We are empowering the immune system. How? T and B cells तो सभी को पता है. T and B cells से immune system चलता है. Then why we did not, in spite of this knowledge, why we could not save patients as far as the recent pandemic was concerned? Because of simple reason is the drivers of these T and B cells were not there in you. Who is the driver of these T and B cells? दया, माया, ममता, करुणा आपकी जिंदगी में नहीं है. अगर ये नहीं है तो इम्यून सिस्टम होते हुए भी काम नहीं करेगा. इसीलिए कहते हैं दान करने से पाप कटता है, और आप हम पे हंसते हैं. We are modern people and I need कि एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है, क्या वो एक्चुअली मॉडर्निज्म है जो आप कर रहे हैं? Unless you amalgamate science with spirituality, that will be the way forward as far as cancer is concerned. Thank you, sir. And if there are any questions that you have, I will be glad to answer.
Then I want you to just go on these mitochondrial disease, failure of metabolism, treatment to restore metabolism, restore health in चार
Okay,
मुद्दों पे कुछ.
okay, okay. So, ये ना धूप इस पे पड़ रही. Okay. So, the way forward is cancer is a mitochondrial disease. The mitochondria are disease of the body. That is where metabolism takes place. So it's a metabolic disease. Unless we understand that, we'll keep on eating, meeting, mating, and cheating, and getting cancers, and we will have no clue why we got cancer. We will understand, okay, this, this part is cancerous, this is the science behind it, but why did we get cancer? Unless we are not looking at the mitochondrial or the metabolic aspect of cancer. Unless we look at the metabolic aspect of cancer, we will not get cancer. So it is failure of metabolism, and the treatment is to restore metabolism to its normal level and thereby restoring health. Again, restoring metabolism, restoring health. What does your DNA do? It codes for proteins. What does the protein do? It carries on your metabolism. And what does the metabolism do? It gives you health, and when it goes haywire, it can give you cancer. This is what we are trying to do. And all this is going through the immune system. So we are empowering the immune system to enhance the metabolism plus the kind of food. When I say food, it is not only food through the oral cavity, it is food through the ears, through sight, through thought, through touch. We are doing everything as far as giving the right kind of food is concerned. So this is the right kind of food I'm talking about, whether it is eating, whether it is touching, whether it is hearing, whether it is vibration therapy, whether it is light as medicine, whatever we are doing, we are empowering the immune system, and that is what we feel is the way forward. And we have been successfully able to withhold cancer to a very great extent as far as our patients are concerned. Thank you very much, sir. And if there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
किस तरह के कैंसर you are able to hold, डॉक्टर साहब?
Any and many, all kinds, sir. All kinds, because the philosophy is the
Yes, डॉक्टर साहब.
so. If there are any more questions, I'll be glad to answer, sir.
All types of cancers. क्योंकि लोग डरे हुए रहते,
Yes,
स्टेज 1, स्टेज 2, स्टेज 3, स्टेज 4, ये क्या है? What are these stages?
ये जो staging है, we are talking about the same disease. What happens is, why does cancer happen? In a nutshell, if people want to know, I will tell you. If your whole life, say 100 years, if it is bonsaied into one day, suppose if you've got just one day of life, which means morning when you got up, life started, and when you went to sleep, life ended. So throughout the day, if you take one day in your life, throughout the day, you make acid. If a thought comes to you, you make acid. If it's a positive thought, you make less acid. If it's a negative thought, you make more acid. If you eat, you make gastric acid. If you exercise, you make lactic acid. So you are making acid throughout the day. Now the duty of the body is to take out this acid from the body. What are the ways how we take out acid? Respiration, perspiration, urination, and defecation. These are the 4 ways where body takes out acid. Unless we do it properly, बहुत गर्मी लग रही है, एसी ऑन कर दो, आपने perspiration रोक लिया, acid रोक लिया, एसिड बाहर निकल जाता, आप डिजीज फ्री हो जाते. We need to understand what kind of lifestyle we are talking about. Unless we understand that, we'll be just talking and it will not be implemented. So respiration, perspiration, urination and defecation, this needs to be fine if you need to take out acid. And if acid is not taken out, there will be a time one day when the body will get overwhelmed and इस एसिड को इकट्ठा करके कहीं ना कहीं भेजती है. अगर गॉल ब्लैडर में भेज दिया तो वहां स्टोन बन गया, किडनी में भेज दिया तो वहां स्टोन बन गया, लंप बन गया, उस लंप में ब्लड सप्लाई और कैल्सिफिकेशन चालू हो गया तो कैंसर हो गया. So the basis of disease is acid base balance. If food, you are increasing your acid burden. If you are eating raw food, you are decreasing your acid burden. If you are taking short breaths, you are increasing your acidity. If you are taking deep breath, it's called alkaline breathing. इसीलिए pranayam and this deep breathing helps, and that is how you go into meditation. So all this is an acid base balance slash imbalance. If it is balanced, you are in health. If it is imbalanced, you are in disease. So that could be a way forward for a person sitting at home and defeating cancer. Please take care of your respiration, perspiration, urination and defecation. You normally respire 16 times in 1 minute. Can you hold it and bring it back to 8 times a minute? Trust me, if you can do that 5 minutes a day, you will be able to do it throughout life and you will be increasing 20 to 30 years of your existence, disease free existence. Ji sir. So this
We
is where
lost
we are as far as
5
cancer is
minutes का
concerned.
5 minutes से we have lost you. 5 minutes कुछ बात कर रहे थे. 5 minutes in a day. Something respiration
Okay.
you are just.
So if you can do it 5 minutes in a day, if you can decrease your respiratory rate from 16 to 8, you breathe deep and you breathe out deep, then you breathe in, you do it for 5 minutes a day in 1 month's time. In 1 month's time, you will get into the habit of doing this. And once you get into the habit of doing this, you will be beating all disease and living 20 to 30 years more. A disease free life is more important, the quality of life is more important than the number of years that you add to your life.
Wonderful. ये
Yes, sir.
कुछ बता सकते हो कैसा लेना है ये कुछ बता सकती है आप? Can you just show as to how?
Take a deep breath, hold. Then you breathe out, hold again. Then you take a deep breath, hold. Breathe out, hold again. This way, you will be halving your breathing rate. And if you can bring it, a yogi can stop his breath. That is why he is a yogi. If you can bring it down to 4 per minute, you will be beating all diseases, and immune system will be very active then. Which is why yoga always helps. योग जोड़ने को कहते हैं. External and the internal environment of the body are in unison. It's called equanimity. That is what yoga does to you. Ji sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what is the message which you want to send across to our professional circle first, and then to the innocent people once they are
The
diagnosed?
message to the professional circle is, sir, we need to look at the disease from a perspective of physical as well as metaphysical in the same breath. We need to look at the cause of the disease from the physical and the metaphysical. That is for the professionals. We can have a separate lecture for the professionals if they are interested. Now, as far as the patient is concerned, please take care of your acid-base balance and imbalance. Please take care of your respiration, perspiration, urination, and defecation. If this is proper, Trust me, you will not get any disease, including cancer. Do it and see the results. Thank you, sir. That is the
Wonderful.
message.
I think we will live at this four सद्गुण जो बताइए आप परस्पिरेशन पहले రెస్పిరేషన్ हम कहते हैं जिस तरह हम सांस लेते हैं మనం ఏ విధంగా అయితే గాలి తీసుకుంటామో అది రెస్పిరేషన్ पर्सपिरेशन చెమట पसीना अरे पसीना आ रहा मुझे एसी में बैठो वह बैठो आप एकदम बॉडी को ठंडा कर रहे हैं आप पसीना छूटने से आप उसको बंद कर रहे हैं तो कहाँ जाएगा वो वेयर विल दैट गो చెమట రాకుండా చేస్తే ఎక్కడికి పోతుంది సో చెమట రావాలి పర్స్పిరేషన్ देन यूरिनेशन मूत्र जाना मना नहीं है मूत्र जाना ही आपका स्वास्थ्य के लिए अच्छा है हम यहाँ से अब कहीं बाहर जाते हैं नॉन स्टॉप ये स्टॉप कहीं भी जाओ यार बीच में स्टॉप लो मूत्र जाइए మూత్రం పోయడం చాలా చాలా ఆరోగ్యకరం ఈ నాన్ స్టాప్ ఆ నాన్ స్టాప్ అదే మన కొంప ముంచుతుంది यही हमारी अरे हम मैं 10 घंटे रोक लिया नहीं दूसरी तरह से आप आपके ऊपर आपके जिस्म के ऊपर छा जा रहा है कैंसर महाराज पीछे बैठा हुआ है तो आप जरा सोचिए स्वास्थ्य के लिए मूत्र का विसर्जन काफी आवश्यक है और चौथा डेफिकेशन जो हम टट्टी में बैठ के जाते हैं जो भी खाना खाते हैं सबका चाहिए पूरा बाहर जाना चाहिए उसको रोकने से कोई फायदा नहीं है तो इसके ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए పొద్దున్న లేసి మనం మూత్రం తర్వాత దాంట్లో మనం ఏవేదో తిన్న పదార్థాలని వ్యర్థ పదార్థాలని పోవాలంటే మనం పోయి మోషన్ ద్వారా దాన్ని బయటికి పంపిస్తే ఎటువంటి రోగాలు ఉండవు సో ఈ నాలుగు మీరు దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఈ క్యాన్సర్ నుంచి మీరు బయటపడొచ్చు బాడీ అసిడిక్ స్టేట్ నుంచి వారు చెప్పినట్టు जो हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं एसिडिक स्टेट को get back to him Dr. Saab, what is it you say what is the word you use for acidic state in Hindi it's okay we'll try to get back so just keep these things in your mind respiration perspiration urination and defecation and see that you don't allow the acidic level in the body to go up maintain simple diet as mentioned eat more of raw vegetables and plenty of water to start with and everything will be in your domain life is in your hands so followed by diabetes hypertension we have got cancer be your own doctor sitting at home and what a better way than having wonderful guests like Dr. Awadhesh Pandey ji giving you all the tips which is science which is logic based and which is there in your own self आप इधर उधर मत ढूंढिए మీరు అటు ఇటు వెతకాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు మీలోనే క్యాన్సర్ కు చికిత్స పొందేటువంటి ఆ ఉపాయాలు సదుపాయాలు అన్ని మీ శరీరంలోనే आपके जिस्म और आपके दिमाग के साथ ही आप ये कैंसर जैसी कर्क जैसी महामारी को आप दूर कर सकते हो so you can cure cancer within your own wisdom having understood what your body is what your mind is and how you lead your life so this is for today definitely we will follow series with Dr. Awadhesh Pandey ji don't worry YouTube may be indulging in all nonsensical things again another strike on DRTSPR channels for the simple reason that the leading epidemiologists have exposed Dr. Tedros World Health Organization with data which is there in the worldometer and the data by the mouth of Dr. Tedros and US President Joe Biden everything is evidenced still these fellows in the name of community guidelines as if we are not from the same community without notice they pull down video they stop live streaming don't you think it's time to punish such type of YouTube and Google who do not have legal offices in India that is what we are challenging them because you don't have anything legal in India for that matter any part of the country except US that is why you are trying to impose your community guidelines and how can World Health Organization cater to such type of illegalities? And how can YouTube or Google indulge in such type of things? Because they are functioning by usurping the money of the common man, whether it is ad or otherwise. They are generating money, and we are providing such a big information with all clinic evidences by some wonderful guests. So this data is the king. With that data, Google and YouTube are going ahead making so much of fame and money, but at the same time to impose their will, restricting our freedom of expression or speech, which is the free press, that cannot be allowed, that should not be allowed. How can United Nations or how can United States of America speak about human rights when your own company called Google or YouTube are indulging in these sort of impositions, restricting people from sharing scientific ideas with evidence, with logic, as per rule of law, constitution and evidential act? How can you preach something and practice something else? This is very bad. That is why we want people to write to United Nations, YouTube, Google, and United States of America, and then our own governments, right from president to everyone, prime minister. How is that you are allowing such illegalities to go on unchecked? How is that they are trying to curb our freedom and expression when we are doing show with such leading luminaries, doctors, epidemiologists? Now we have seen Dr. Awadhesh Pandey ji. These DRTSPR channels cater to all such type of wonderful guests, providing good information with evidences. आप सोचिए नागरिकों, जिस तरह DRTSPR चैनल्स ऐसे अतिथि गण से आपको सही समाचार आज कैंसर के रूप में हम ला रहे हैं आपके पास, तो इस तरह जब अतिथिगण आते हैं सही समाचार आधार के साथ देते हैं आपको, और हम यही बोलते हैं कि आप सोचिए. वी ऑलवेज से यू डिसाइड. We are providing you information, and also there is undercurrent. We release a poster or flyer much before the show with my mobile number. If there is anything, anyone can join us, and even after the show also you can join us. Prove us wrong. आप हमको गलत साबित कीजिए शो के पहले या शो के बाद में भी, लेकिन ये सब छोड़ के आप बिना नोटिस, बिना समाचार के आप किस तरह हमारे वीडियोस को ये कर सकते हैं और हमारे चैनल को रोक सकते हैं. इसीलिए आप सब जानकार हो जाइए. यूनाइटेड नेशंस लेक से यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका को लिखिए, और हमारे भारतगंज में प्रधानमंत्री से सभी लोगों को लिखिए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट को लिखिए, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया को लिखिए. क्या ये लोग इस तरह की सोच में बाधा डाल सकते हैं? क्या हम बात नहीं कर सकते आधार के साथ, संविधान के साथ? संविधान ने हमारे हक का है, हक दिया है. तो आप सोचिए, ఆలోచన చేయండి. మీరందరూ రాయండి, ప్రధానమంత్రి నుంచి ప్రెసిడెంట్ కానీ, సుప్రీంకోర్టు కానీ, హైకోర్టు కానీ, అక్కడ యునైటెడ్ స్టేట్స్, యునైటెడ్ నేషన్స్ కూడా వాళ్ళకు కూడా రాయండి. అక్కడనే గూగుల్ అండ్ యూట్యూబ్ వస్తాయి కాబట్టి ఒక సైడ్ సమాచారాన్ని ఏ విధంగా ఇస్తారు, ఇంతమంది అతిథులు ఆధారాలతో బయట పెట్టినటువంటి సమాచారం, వారు మన ముందస్తు సమాచారం ఫ్లైయర్ పోస్టర్ ద్వారా మనం ఏ షో చేస్తున్నామో విత్ మొబైల్ నంబర్ ఇచ్చిన షో అయిన తర్వాత వారికి ఇబ్బందులు ఉంటే వారు మళ్ళా వచ్చి మమ్మల్ని తప్పని చూయించవచ్చు. కానీ ఏమీ లేకుండా, నోటీస్ ముందస్తు సమాచారం లేకుండా ఈ విధంగా ప్రతిసారి వీడియో తీసేయడం, ఛానల్ను DRTSPR ఛానల్పై స్ట్రైక్ వేయడం ఎంతవరకు కరెక్ట్? ఎంతో కష్టపడి మేము అతిథుల ద్వారా షో చేస్తాం. ఒక్కొక్క షోకు మాకు ఒక రోజు పైన పడతా ఉంది. కానీ ఇంత కష్టాన్ని వాడు కేవలం వాడి ఆలోచన మన మీద రుద్దడానికి, మన డబ్బులతో పైకి వచ్చినటువంటి గూగుల్, యూట్యూబ్, భారతదేశంలో చట్టబద్ధమైనటువంటి ఆఫీసులు లేనటువంటి, రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ లేనటువంటి గూగుల్, యూట్యూబ్ మనపై వాళ్ళ సమాచారాన్ని, ఎక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చిన సమాచారం, వాళ్ళకి ఎవడైతే డబ్బులు ఇస్తారో అటువంటి సమాచారాన్ని మనకు అందించడం, భయభ్రాంతులకు గురి చేయడం ఎంతవరకు సబబు? ఆలోచన చేయండి. ये लोग हमको डराते हैं क्योंकि सही समाचार आपके पास नहीं आने देते. उनके पास जो भी समाचार है वो हमारे ऊपर ठोकने की कोशिश करते हैं. ये कहाँ का रीति है, ये कहाँ का नीति है ये? आप इसीलिए इसको आप तुरंत गूगल, यूट्यूब को लिखना शुरू कीजिए. वी वांट एवरीवन टू राइट. इज दिस द वे गूगल एंड यूट्यूब रन their show in India and different parts of the world? How can they impose information? We are providing you proper information with wonderful guests. If prove us wrong, but without doing that, in the name of community guidelines. What is community? Are we not community? Are the guests who are discussing, are they not community? Are the viewers who are watching, are they not community? Then how can they indulge in this? What is wrong when we seek information, when we demand information? And how can it be one-sided when it comes to health? It is my health. What you are injecting, what you are giving me, don't you think I should know? आप क्या दे रहे हैं मेरे को, क्या अंदर मेरे शरीर में जा रहा है, ये स्वास्थ्य का मामला है, क्या मुझे जानकारी नहीं होनी चाहिए? నాకు సమాచారం వద్దా? నువ్వు నా శరీరంలోకి ఏం పంపిస్తావు, నువ్వు ఏ మందులు వాడాలను, ఏది తీసుకోవాలను, నాకు సమాచారం లేకుండానే నీ ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు నాకు ఇస్తావా? ఇది ఎక్కడి పద్ధతి అండి? మనం ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో ఉన్నామా? ఎక్కడ ఉంటున్నాం? अंदर गुरिंचि आलोचना చేయండి. थिंक पॉजिटिवली, आप सोचिए और इसी सोच आपको कैंसर जैसे महामारी से भी बाहर लाना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम सही समाचार आज डॉक्टर अवधेश पांडे जी द्वारा आपको दिया है. We have provided you correct information so that you can overcome cancer by simply understanding what cancer is, how you can overcome. ఆలోచన చేయండి ఏ విధంగా క్యాన్సర్ నుంచి బయటికి రావాలనో అన్ని ఆధారాలతో మీకు ఈ రోజు పెట్టాం. కాబట్టి ఇప్పటికైనా ఆలోచన చేసి ఒక మంచి నిర్ణయం తీసుకోండి. డూ సపోర్ట్ DRTSPR ఛానల్, సిటిజన్ DRTSPR ఛానల్, environment people DRTSPR channels in larger public interest. Not just support, you subscribe, support and share all the links, and we welcome you to participate on live shows too. Thank you very much. Take care. We say for all the Indians, Sukha Nidra Shubharatri. For the world over, we say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It should be a wake-up call for all of us when such wonderful guests provide you such wonderful information. How can Google and YouTube and who are their sponsors, entire world knows, how can they stop us from giving you correct information? Thank you very, very much. Bye.